All right, welcome to another episode of Miscellaneous Discussions. I am one of your hosts, Drew, here, alongside my co-host, Nick. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
We are fresh off of Victory Road
Yes, sir.
at the time of this recording.
Yes.
What are your takeaways on this show?
Well, yeah, the Victory Road just ended an hour ago as we're recording this. Fresh thoughts on Victory Road. Damn good show, in my opinion. Every match was solid to great. If I had to pick a personal favorite match, I would go for either the Fatal 4-Way, the Knockouts title match, or the World title match. The World title match was even better than Eddie and EY's first match, which was great. And
Did Ken Shamrock get involved?
he did not. Did you watch the show?
I did not know.
Ken Shamrock did not get involved, but him and Sami Callihan did have a backstage interview where Shamrock did not talk. The interview lady, Gia, I think her name is.
Yeah.
Tried interviewing him, but Sami Callihan interfered. He said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa," and he talked for Shamrock, and
You didn't get to hear Shamrock go,
"Shut up, man! Shut up." But yeah, Sami Callihan explained why him and Ken Shamrock did what they did to Eddie Edwards, because Sami Callihan wants to bring Ken Shamrock back to the Ken Shamrock of old, the most dangerous man, the world's most dangerous man. And that's basically it. And the interview lady said, "Is this because of your history with Eddie Edwards?" And he said, No, this had nothing to do with Eddie Edwards. I'm just trying to bring Ken Shamrock back to the world's most dangerous man.
Makes sense. Well, I, for one, I know you were with me. We saw that Ken Shamrock United was a possibility at Bound for Glory while Eddie was champion, and you and I were like, there's no way Ken Shamrock's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah. So I guess that card that we thought was fake was actually right. And people that reported it wrong because they just saw the matches and not which matches for the world title.
Yeah.
Because it said that Eddie Edwards and Ken Shamrock was going to be for the world title, and then EY and Rich Swann was going to be a regular match.
Well, I don't think EY and Rich Swann's a regular match to begin with. I think I'm almost positive it's like no disqualification or something.
In that leaked card, it said it was supposed to be a no disqualification match, but it has not been announced as such yet. But I feel like
They have a couple weeks.
We have 3 weeks. 3 weeks until Bound for Glory.
Dude, what's up with WWE and TNA having the same? I mean, Impact was having the pay-per-views the same weekend.
Oh yeah, wasn't what was the same weekend as Slammiversary? Was that Extreme Rules?
Yeah, no, the fucking horror show. Fuck off with that shit.
What the fuck is the horror show? Calling you out, David Benoit.
Yeah, that motherfucker. No, I'm playing. He's a cool guy. Won't be at work.
But yeah, Victory Road, very good. You know what was actually a lot better than I expected? Tommy Dreamer and Brian Myers.
Did he wear a shirt saying Myers sucks eggs?
He did not. He just wore a Punisher shirt, like a Punisher parody shirt, or not a parody shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think this was definitely just a way to get Myers a win on pay-per-view?
Yeah. Well, it was after Myers beat Tommy. Like a little later in the show, Tommy came up to him and said, I'm really proud of you. You beat me fair. You beat me, and went to go shake his hand. And Brian Myers said, "What do you think? I respect you? I'm not just gonna shake your hand. I told you I'm not the same kid that you hired." And he said, "I was hoping I'd see the innovator of violence out there tonight, but all I saw was a fat, old, sad man." And he went to go walk away. And then Tommy Dreamer said, pulled him back and said, "Maybe this Tuesday on Impact, you'll see the innovator of violence." So Impact, you got to see Tom Dreamer and Brian Myers again. I just hope they don't. I just really, really hope that they don't drag this out until Bound for Glory, because Brian Myers deserves better than a match with Tommy Dreamer at Bound for Glory.
I'd like to think they do like a 6-way for the X Division title, like the Gauntlet, but it's looking like that's just going to be the 4 guys that have been feuding over it.
Well, Willie Mack was the one to answer Rohit's challenge, and Rohit lost the match via countout, so he retained the title. So I'm assuming Willie Mack will be involved in
Willie Mack's
the title match.
Yeah. Which, they have nothing else for Willie Mack, I guess. So.
And Trey Miguel beat Moose tonight, who has been involved in all the X Division title stuff. I'm assuming but Rohit beat him with a dirty roll-up, so I'm assuming he's still going to be in the X Division title picture, which I really hope he is, because he's the person I want to see walk out of Bound for Glory with the title.
I don't know who I'd want have. Probably Chris Bay if I had it one way, but I don't know.
Literally anyone but Rohit. No offense to Rohit, he's not bad at all. Rohit and Willie Mack put on a really good match tonight. It's just, I would rather see TJP as champion. I'd rather see Trey Miguel as champion. I'd rather see Willie Mack as champion. I'd rather see Chris Bay as champion.
I think I'd rather see Rohit than Willie Mack as champion. Solely because the stuff I saw from Willie Mack before Chris Bay beat him, I was like,
Chris Bay looks like a skinny Flavor Flav.
What? Man.
Not meaning to hate on Willie Mack. Willie Mack's a really good talent. It's just, don't put a microphone in front of him.
He puts you to sleep, man.
Chris Swan, that's my homie. Okay, then.
I also saw that they actually confirmed Deanna and Kylie tonight.
Yes, because Deanna beat Susie. And then after the match, Deanna and Kimberly attacked Susie and Kylie. And Deanna broke both of Susie's arms.
Have you and I talked about that Kylie Ray's it's going to be Kylie Ray and Su Yung, right? Like, that's obvious for the Knockouts title.
Yeah.
I like it.
Who else is a babyface knockout that could face Deanna after Bound for Glory?
Are Rosemary? No, they're heels. They're just.
They're. I don't know what they are at this point. They're
Jordan Grace has already gotten her shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she wrestled Tenille tonight, didn't she?
Yeah, it was actually a really good match. I'd probably say the best of their 3 matches.
She go over?
Tenille went over with the help of
Caleb with a K.
Ugh, God, I want to. Hate him.
Jesus. Did you see what NWA put up earlier today? It was a poll on Instagram. It was like favorite match from NWA Power episode 1, and it was Eli Drake versus Caleb Conley.
No, the thing is, that match was actually really good. That was actually a really good match.
Caleb Conley was over with the little kids in GPB Studios.
Yeah. Oh man, you remember when they brought Matt Cross in, and him and Caleb Conley and Matt Cross had a match on Power? You remember the little kid on Power in the crowd that would not shut up during every Ricky Starks Matt Cross match. Do you remember those tapings?
Yeah.
I wanted to smack the shit out of that little kid.
Jesus. Well, all in all, Victory Road, good pay-per-view, you said?
Yeah, really good show.
Good build to Bound for Glory, which was the whole point, I'm sure. But
by the way, watch pro wrestling. Get your damn shit together. That stream was awful. I get it. It's an illegal stream, and I get it. I watched that show for free, illegally. I know I shouldn't be complaining, but that stream was absolutely awful. It kept stopping, and it got taken down like twice during the show.
Don Callis was like, I can't have this shit going on.
It took like 20 minutes for the stream to start, so we missed an entire match. Thankfully, it was the Rascals versus Triple XL, so who cares anyways?
Don Callis doesn't like the Rascals.
I do. So
why aren't they should be in the title match at Bound for Glory. Unless they're going to be but I don't think they are.
I think all 4 teams in the match already deserve the match more than the Rascals. The Rascals, they've gotten 2 title matches on at least the past couple of months against the North.
They did wrestle the North like recently.
Yeah, that was like right when we started watching.
Yeah, all right. I take that back. Never mind.
And then they faced the Guns a couple weeks ago.
That's when Gallows and Anderson made their big save.
Oh yeah, they did. Forgot about that.
And Carl Anderson was like running, but he wasn't running.
Taking my time.
Yeah, he's like, bro. And then he's telling stories about how Gallows was singing American Pie on karaoke in Japan.
I don't remember any of the Guns burns on Gallows and Anderson from Impact this week, but I remember they were all funny.
I remember Gallows and Anderson. They're like, "What's your finishing move?" I don't know, some kind of flip or shit.
Gallows, I can't wait to kick out of it. Their move doesn't even have a flip in it. None of their tag finishes have a flip in it.
You know, Gallows, he's beast. You know. But Nick,
yeah,
we had a pay-per-view last weekend, Clash of Champions.
Oh yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
I mean, I know you're sitting here like a little fucking girl wanting to get into this pay-per-view. Now, all in all, I actually really liked the pay-per-view. I went back and watched the matches I missed, which were about the first 3 or 4. I liked the pay-per-view.
Look, let's just talk about what's really important here. Sami Zayn is your undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
We need to talk about like how good that match was.
That match was so sick.
And how many times I cringed during a Jeff Hardy bump.
Oh, me and Howard were talking about this yesterday. Howard, friend of me and Drew's, talking about this yesterday. The one where Jeff like goes sailing over the top and he like grabs the ladder and like tries to surf the ladder down to the floor.
Yeah.
That looked weird.
That didn't look planned.
I can't tell if he grabbed the ladder because that was what the spot was supposed to be, if he just legitimately grabbed the ladder because just trying to stay safe.
Yeah, I don't really care for a lot of handcuff spots, but I liked the handcuff spots here. I thought they were pretty good.
Very creative.
Yeah. Sami Zayn is a smart motherfucker.
Look, I prefer babyface Sami Zayn over heel Sami Zayn. But I gotta give WWE credit. Heel Sami Zayn, he always wins with cheap, dirty wins. But they're usually really good. They're good, they're executed well. Which I respect.
They're creative, too.
I really respect that.
This one is. I think Sami Zayn going over was the right decision here.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I legitimately think it's the right decision. AJ doesn't need it. Jeff doesn't need it. Put Jeff in the
Well, I
Universal
think
title picture.
I don't know. I think there's probably Jeff and Sammy again, just because that's what they do.
That is what they
No,
do. Yeah.
I'm not trying to bury WWE here. I don't have a problem getting Jeff and Sammy again, but AJ Styles, motherfucker has no direction now.
Lost
Eating
to Jey Uso this week, and
the big JOBs.
I'm not gonna hate on AJ and Jey. We'll get into that when we talk about SmackDown.
Then we had, what was the second match on the show? Was it Asuka and Zelina Vega?
I think so. I couldn't remember. I can't remember because I was just like, my heart was beating 1,000 miles a minute.
This motherfucker had a fucking...
I was so happy. I cannot interpret into words how happy I was when Sami Zayn won that match. One of my favorite decisions of this entire year. One of the highlights of my year. I have loved Sami Zayn for years now. Years. I have went back and I've watched him as El Generico, and now I love him even more. This man is one of the best wrestlers of the past 20 years. He's put on some of the best wrestling matches of the past 20 years.
I will piss in your boots.
He is just incredible. I love this man. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and he deserves this so much. He's deserved it for a long time. Sami Zayn should have been Intercontinental Champion years ago, but I'm just glad that he's finally getting what he deserves. I love Sami Zayn.
You had to work with Sammy. Oh.
I love Sami Zayn. I am glad WWE finally giving him a title run, and I'm still ecstatic over it. Just so happy.
As you can tell, Nick's not over it, and Nick is very much still in the moment of Sami Zayn being the Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
But we had our second match of the show, and I was talking to Sam about it, and he said his takeaway was Zelina Vega is not a good wrestler, but I've seen Zelina Vega wrestle. She's very good. I think this match was okay, obviously, with the time they were given. But I told him just sometimes a lot of good wrestlers just don't have chemistry. But I think Asuka and Zelina Vega was pretty solid.
I don't think it was a problem of no chemistry. I think it was a problem of no heat.
Yeah.
Like they're acting like this was a big grudge match. When Zelina versus Asuka could have been really good if Zelina could have been built.
Well,
she didn't even deserve that number one contenders match. How did she even get that number one contenders match?
She walked out on Garza and Andrade. That's literally what happened. And then she's like slapped Asuka.
Yeah, I know that, but like in kayfabe, how the hell did she deserve that match?
It made no sense. You know what it seemed like to me? Yeah, we're not going to give Mickie James another shot, even though she had some shitty-ass finish, weird-ass finish, and probably should get another title shot.
Both women's title matches at Clash of Champions should have had different opponents. For the SmackDown women's title match, it should have been Bayley versus Mandy Rhodes or Bayley versus Naomi, because, Naomi's over and people want her to get a shot, and Mandy is the one person that Bayley hasn't beaten during her title run. And then Asuka should have faced either Mickie James or Peyton, unless they're building Peyton to go to SmackDown, and her face Sasha, or they're building Peyton for later. Which
we'll talk about the draft later. I really don't know what's going to happen with the draft, but what was after that? There was another match I missed.
I think after that was Garza and Andrade versus Street Profits. Angel Garza suffering a legitimate injury.
Tore his quad.
Yeah.
Time to play the game. I'm sorry. But, obviously Angel Garza get well soon. That's such a shame to see a guy go down.
Especially a guy like him who...
It ain't ballet, as they say.
Especially a guy like Garza who's actually in a storyline. He was actually doing something. Yeah. He's so talented. That guy is a superstar.
Dude, him and Ivar's storyline is done now because both of them are hurt.
Oh, yeah. Did that already end? I can't remember. I legit forgot
Well, I
about
haven't
that.
seen that. I haven't seen that woman in a long ass time.
I forgot about that.
I found out what her thing was on The Bachelor. She was a fucking lesbian.
Oh,
Well, okay. Apparently, she was bisexual. Sorry, but she was in a lesbian relationship on Bachelor in Paradise because I did not know who this woman was, and I was like, "What? Why do I care about her?" And then I looked and I went, "Okay, whatever. I don't watch this show." But obviously, it's done now. I think Retribution killed her. That was her getting written off. Garza ran, and she sat there, just
no, she ran away.
look trying to look scared, but looked like she was about to laugh.
She ran away from him, though.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh well, I would too. Then Prophets and Andrade and Angel Garza. This was the 1,000th time this has happened. It's whatever.
It was a good solid
retained.
tag match.
Yeah, it was alright. And then, I didn't catch the kickoff show. I didn't watch that match, and I did not go back and watch it. But Nick, did you watch the Lucha House Party versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura?
No.
Okay, well, all right. I was just wondering. But after that was it Bayley?
Yeah, Bayley supposed to face Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross apparently has the coronavirus. So Bayley came out with the title, said, "I'm opening the door for anyone to challenge me." And then half a second later goes, "Okay, door closed. Okay, I win. And then Asuka comes out.
Victory.
And I couldn't think it could get any more boring than Nikki Cross versus Bayley again. But no, they somehow made it even more boring with Bayley versus Asuka again.
Yeah. It's my big thing with this was it's like you have nobody else. Nobody.
I guess it was just that last minute where they couldn't even call somebody. That's the only thing I can think of, is that it was so last minute that they couldn't even call someone and be like, "Hey, can you get here? Can you replace Nikki?"
I mean, and then Sasha beat her up.
I mean, I would rather have no title match. I would rather have no title match at all than Bayley versus Asuka for 5 minutes of nothingness.
Okay, well, I think if the Sasha thing wasn't supposed to happen, I think they would have left it off the show. No problem.
No, not leave it off the show. Bayley just come out and say,
"Oh, well, okay, yeah, sure.
I win by forfeit." And the referee counts 1, 2, 3, 4, count out, declare Bayley the winner by forfeit. Bayley stands there with her title, so happy, and then Sasha attacks her, I think that would have been a lot better than Bayley and Asuka taking up TV time for no reason. And the match had a DQ finish, so that just makes it even more pointless.
What was after that? The ambulance match.
Best WWE title match of the year.
I enjoyed this match a lot.
Exceeded my expectations, which I was expecting a good match here.
I thought I was not going to like it at all.
Damn good.
It was fun,
Really fun.
And see, a lot of guys take it as Drew McIntyre needed the Legends to beat
Randy Orton. That isn't how I took it at all. That's how I, when I was watching it, I'm like, okay, I know people are going to complain, "Oh, Drew needed help. No, the bad guy, Randy Orton, got his comeuppance.
Yeah. And then, I thought that was going to be the end of the feud, which we'll talk about that when we talk about Raw. Big Show, Christian, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair all got some sort of revenge on Randy Orton during that match. Mm-hmm. and Drew McIntyre retains.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing on I don't know if it was the best thing on the show because this in the Intercontinental title match it's pretty close. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, and I've heard a lot of people complain like Jey Uso really.
I haven't seen anyone complain at all after the match. There was obviously a lot of people complaining before the match happened, like, oh, why is Jey Uso in this match? I was for this from the start because I'm like, okay, this is fun. You know,
I knew it was going to be for story reasons, and I knew it made sense. So
exactly.
I didn't complain.
And it's different and fun. Different is fun.
Yeah. And dude, this was great. You know, Roman and Jey, and they just told a great story.
Who would have thought,
start to finish?
Who would have thought Jey Uso would be in one of the best world title matches of the year? You know, who would have thought Jey Uso would be in one of the best pay-per-view main events of the year? Like,
it was just storytelling was off the chart. I think my favorite moment was when Roman was like, "Tell them I'm the tribal chief," and you know Jey didn't do it, and then Paul told him right to like satisfy Roman.
I'm really liking Paul Heyman's role with Roman because he's scared of Roman.
It's like something different too because like he knew what he was getting with Brock and he wasn't scared of Brock.
Yeah, like that just shows how badass Roman is. Like the guy who's been controlling Brock Lesnar for almost 20 years is scared of this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm like that's sending chills down my spine right now thinking about that.
Roman's a draw, whether you like it or not.
Roman as a heel is a draw. Like I saw someone say this the other day, like, I can't believe we could have been getting this for the past few years. Because I've been a Roman Reigns fan for a couple of years now. Since about 2018, I've been a fan of him nonstop. Like I was a fan of him before that, like, but it was like on and off, you know. But ever since like 2018, I've just nonstop been a fan of him. But heel Roman is on a completely different level. Like he's in a different stratosphere.
What I'll say is I think this was worth the wait.
Yeah.
This has been so good. This is the best thing WWE's doing by far.
Yeah.
And is there any topping it right now?
I think
with what they have, no.
I think WWE actually has some really good feuds going on right now. The Sammy IC title stuff I think is really good. I think Roman.
Oh, true.
Or not Roman. I think Orton and Drew has been really good. There's been a couple moments where I'm like, this is, and I think it's drawing on too long now.
I think Raw just kind of like kills a lot of the stuff on that show, just like Raw itself.
Yeah. But my favorite moment of this Universal title match was the finish with Jimmy Uso coming out. You know,
Jimmy Uso.
Roman Reigns just continuing to batter, just forearm after forearm after forearm to the head of Jey Uso, and then Jimmy Uso trying to run down limping, which I think added a lot. You know, Jimmy Uso,
it did.
Him limping down there because he's still injured, but he has to get down there for the safety of his brother, and coming down with the towel. I'm gonna throw this in, Uso. I'm gonna throw this in. And Jey Uso saying, "No, don't throw it in." I'm just continuing to beat him and beat him and beat him. And Paul Heyman screaming from across the ring, "Throw the damn thing!" And Jimmy Uso finally throwing the towel. And the best moment of this match, after the bell rings, Roman continues to beat Jey Uso, and Jimmy slides in the ring, covers up his brother. I almost cried. Like, the emotion was through the roof. I could not believe how emotional this was. I cannot. This is pro wrestling done right. You know?
Yes, sir. I agree with you.
Take your flips, take your high moves, take your spots. Give me great storytelling any day.
It's been phenomenal. And I liked that Jimmy said he called him the tribal chief. He's like, you got that. Just leave him alone.
Yeah, like, oh my god.
And it was it was great storytelling. And I'm telling you, dude, it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I really wanted Matt Riddle and Roman Reigns at Clash of Champions, but I take it back. This was worth it.
Yeah. I personally think it should have been over at Clash of Champions, but if they
I didn't expect it to keep going.
Yeah, but if they execute this well, they could make it better if they execute it well by continuing it.
Well, you know what I think? I think they're afraid to. I think that after Jay, it's going to be the Fiend for Roman.
I think they're going to save the Fiend from. So I think Roman's going to face the Fiend at Rumble, and then I'm sticking to him and Big E at WrestleMania.
I think him and Big E could work. Plus, I think it was you that said it. He beats the fuck out of Kofi Kingston, and
I'd say it.
Big E. Wasn't you? Okay. Well, somebody said he's going to beat the fuck out of Kofi Kingston, and that gives another thing to Big E to want to go after Roman.
Well, I think Big E should win the Rumble. Maybe have Big E.
My big thing
maybe have Big E.
Who else is gonna win the Rumble? If not Big E.
Big E win the Rumble, and then just to make it personal, have Kofi face Roman at the pay-per-view in between Rumble and WrestleMania, and have Roman beat the fucking piss out of Kofi. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe Keith Lee wins the Rumble if Big E doesn't.
If he does, I think McIntyre's holding the belt until WrestleMania.
Yeah, I love Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton as a heel. I would love Randy Orton to get a WWE title reign, but not right now. He should not be Drew McIntyre.
But then we get to Raw here, and Raw was Raw. It was whatever. Solid, not very good,
It wasn't as weird as last week. Last week was super weird. This week was just kind of boring.
Well, I think the big takeaway was Bobby Roode's back.
Yeah. Which
I really don't remember anything else on the show besides Bobby Roode.
Yeah. I remember. And
I
just remembered. Yeah. I just remembered
Randy
too.
Orton with the night goggles. Yes, sir. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And everyone's like, man, that was so unbelievable. And I said, man, if you're getting hit with chairs, you don't have time to scream.
He beat them into a state of shock.
And then you couldn't, the best part was the officials. The janitor, the custodian that walked by, the janitor, whatever you want to call him, it's Orton. You can't tell it's Orton, but he's tall as shit. He doesn't have his mask on to cover up, so you can kind of tell it's Randy Orton.
No, he has mask on.
And he just points.
And I could tell it was Randy Orton from the start.
I knew it was Orton too, but well, it's pretty easy to say. You said it last night. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre is going to be the Hell in a Cell match from Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And Ziggler and Roode are going to face the Street Profits, definitely.
Yeah, because next week on Raw, 6-man tag, Drew and the Street Profits versus Roode, Ziggler, and Orton. Really, Really,
You
really,
think
really
you
hope.
think Ziggler and Rude could beat the Street
I
Profits?
was just gonna say, I really, really hope that they do.
Because Bobby Roode cut like a 3-minute promo on their YouTube account saying they shouldn't have to prove themselves. You know, that they've done this and they've done that, and and that's cool. Whatever.
And I say I really want them to beat them. I say that 100% just as a really biased Dolph Ziggler fan. And
I really don't
I
care.
used to be a really big Bobby Roode fan until they just made me not care about him anymore. Bobby Roode hasn't been good since NXT.
True. Well, then we had Impact, which I don't know if we go into this episode of Impact because we just talked about Victory Road, and half of the matches that got confirmed for Victory Road were confirmed this week.
We talk about Impact. What happened on Impact this week? Oh yeah, we talked about Ken Shamrock already. Is there anything from Impact we didn't talk about?
Oh yeah, Johnny Swinger and Falaba, match of the year.
Was that this week?
Yeah, that was this week.
I thought that was last week.
But wait, so what was the finish? Johnny Swinger won, and Johnny Bravo was like, "No, that's some shitty ass officiating."
He said, "Didn't you see that? He hit him with the monkey." Because Crazy Steve hits Falaba with his monkey, and Johnny Swinger gets the pin.
Hey man, that Swinger is young boy. Anything for him.
I just loved that sentence. Didn't you see it? He hit him with the monkey.
My favorite part of this whole thing is Alicia Edwards looking so out of place. Like everybody else is like at least like 6'4", besides Crazy Steve. He's about like 5'2".
I loved when Josh Matthews called all the people around the ring the groomsmen, and Madison Ray goes, up, 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 up. Groomsmen and groomswoman.
Nick, you don't like Willie Mack. Why don't you just come out and say it?
I don't hate Willie Mack. Oh, you already know. Rohit and Willie Mack. They had that conversation. Madison Rain and Josh Matthews had that conversation. Matthews.
And there's I don't get why you don't like the Deaners. What's wrong with the Deaners?
And then Madison Rain just says they smell bad. She just goes, can you imagine the smell of those two? Anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, every week, the commentary on Impact is the same every week. I was thinking about this earlier while watching Victory Road. It's like a wrestling game. They have the exact same lines recorded, and they just play them. Every match, same lines.
Right.
And Josh Matthews sounds like he's reading lines,
Yeah.
But yeah, every week, every Willie Mack match, Josh Matthews goes, "That's right. I don't understand why you don't like Willie Mack. He's Chocolate Thunder," and then just marks out over Willie Mack, and then Madison Rain goes, "I don't hate Willie Mack," and same conversation every single time. But is there anything else on Impact?
See, I usually can understand. I usually remember an Eric Young promo from the heart for the next 3 days, but I did not hear a word he said after that Ken Shamrock beatdown.
Well, he just said, "I hope you're gonna be okay for Victory Road, Eddie." Basically, just talking about that. Still got a match. My world. You're living in it. Oh, wait. After Rich Swann came out to save Eddie Edwards after the main event tonight, EY powers out of the ring, and he's sitting there on the ramp. He goes, "You're not here. You don't exist. You're not real."
What is this, Kane and The Undertaker, WrestleMania 20?
You're not real. I'm burying you. I buried you. Literally.
Oh yeah, you buried me. Come on.
Quit doing that. It's not good.
What? The Rich
The
Swan?
Rich Swan impression.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Fucking sounds like David Benoit.
Sounds like the Miz. Come on.
Oh yeah, that fucking ride along thing that you kept trying to get over.
Slap the leg. Come on.
Oh man, Jesus. Well, big Wednesday night war now is what the kids call it these days. Let's start with NXT.
Damn kids.
NXT, very good episode. Go home episode, takeover. I liked it. It was a good.
It was
episode.
solid.
Yeah. What was on this show? We had big babyface Kyle O'Reilly promo, saying he loves the business.
That entire segment was incredible.
Kyle O'Reilly's a star.
He proved that. I'm just watching. I'm like, it's a disgrace that this man has been stuck in the tag division his entire NXT career.
It's a big deal. He's getting an NXT title shot. It's a big deal,
and it's well deserved. Really well deserved.
Yeah.
I cannot believe a single person could say, "Oh, he doesn't deserve it," or anyone could complain about him getting a title match.
I think this is gonna be great. Well, it's like 12:32 in the morning here. Well, we had the same time zone, but it's gonna be a banger tonight. Like, match of the night for sure.
Well, I don't know about that. The card is really good, except for a certain match with a certain person.
I better see a squash tonight. You know what I'm talking about.
Shoot arm break.
I want to see Kushida kick fucking ass, motherfucker. Well,
shut up, Drew. You've been defending Dream. All I ever hear you do is defend Dream.
Me? Last night I said Velveteen Dream keeps looking at me funny.
When Sam was trying to hate on Velveteen Dream, you were trying to defend him.
That's not what I was doing.
Yes, huh? He was only on TV for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because the motherfucker wouldn't let me finish my sentence. He was like, I don't want to hear it. He shouldn't be in the company.
That was funny. That was so funny. I enjoyed last week's episode with Sam.
So he shouldn't be in the company. What the fuck? I'm like,
I popped out loud when I listened back to the episode. Would you let me finish?
Is that how I sound?
That's how you said it.
All right. I'm not trying to defend. All right. Let me get clarification here. Dream's a weirdo. Biggest weirdo I've ever heard of in my life. But I was not defending him. I was just saying he needed to let me finish because I wanted to get finished with this review of the show.
You were cranky last week. You were very cranky.
Dogs put me in a bad mood. Trying to do this podcast and they want to go outside. No, I'm playing. It's no big deal. But we can talk about TakeOver in a minute. All right, then there's AEW. I really don't remember anything from NXT besides the Kyles.
Well,
and Austin Theory jobbed to Adam Cole.
Adam Cole and Austin Theory had way too competitive a match. Way too competitive. It was like 2-3 segments. Way too competitive. Austin Theory should not be having this competitive of a match with Adam Cole.
Baby.
And then
there was that mixed tag.
Johnny Gargano,
Io Shirai,
Candice LeRae.
Damian Priest had that weird ass fucking entrance. That was so weird.
Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae beat Damian Priest and Io Shirai. Johnny Gargano. They beat them. after Johnny hit Priest with a low blow with a distraction, and then hit him with the slingshot DDT. Doesn't he have a name for that?
The one final beat.
Yeah, final beat. And then after the match, Johnny and Candice posed with the North American and NXT women's titles. If only that would happen at TakeOver. But it's not going to. We'll get into that when we do TakeOver prediction.
Well, then there's AEW Dynamite.
I watched... So, I usually don't... I haven't done this in months, but I was flipping back and forth between Dynamite. I didn't mean to, but... NXT went to break, and I'm just like, you know what? Just to see what Dynamite has on. And then Cody comes out, and I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this now because I love Cody. And Cody with a really good promo. Drew, how did he end this promo?
All right, I gotta do it. No, as in no regrets. No, as in no looking back.
I'm watching. I'm like,
dog collar match. TNT title next week. I accept.
Man, taking promo lessons from Jerry Lynn in the back. Hey, we saw Jerry Lynn on Dynamite this week. That made it a great episode.
Let's get the spot in here. Hashtag tweet Jerry Lynn if you want to get Jerry Lynn on the pod.
Everyone tweet Jerry Lynn. Hashtag tweet Jerry Lynn. Get him on the podcast.
If you follow our social media accounts, we do post a lot of Jerry Lynn pictures, and for good reason. We need to get this man's attention. We need to get it fast.
Yeah. But yeah.
What else?
All I watched from Dynamite.
The Cody show was one of the best things on the. Cody promo was one of the best things on the show. Cody's just amazing. He's incredible. He's incredible. He is the ace of that company. Oh, they had.
Last week I said Eddie Kingston is the diamond in the rough, which I take that statement back. There's a lot of good talent in AEW, and there's a lot of good talent that get used well. It's just the bad outweighs the good, in my opinion, in AEW.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the bad. The fucking Young Bucks. The nerve of these motherfuckers.
I'm gonna smack the
Super
fuck.
Kicking
I'm gonna smack Balding Buck's hairline back even farther than it already is.
Our honorary member of hashtag GCB, Tony Schiavone, got harassed. Assaulted. Yeah. That motherfucker. And he sold it weird, too. I thought Alex Marvez sold a super kick weird. Tony Schiavone sells it weird,
He looked like he did a cartoon, like a cartoon feint.
So funny.
And then fucking Road Warrior Buck. Oh, you guys finished? Oh, sorry.
Now, like baby faces in that.
And I'm surprised Balding Buck didn't go. Tony, we can talk about this.
I don't like the Bucks. Oh yeah, Hangman was on commentary for SCU versus FTR.
Yeah, so all I watched was from Cody's promo up until the end of the tag title match. And then I watched Eddie Kingston's promo.
And then there was the main event. You're fighting the Butcher, brother.
Yeah, I'm like, the fucking Jesus. The Butcher. Gee, why couldn't we get Mox and Penta?
You're not fighting my best friend, bro.
Eddie Kingston was about to beat the shit out of
that referee.
Yeah, what's his name?
Don't know.
I can't remember. All I know is I just know him from High Spots.
Was he on High Spots?
That Drake Maverick story. Do as you're fucking told.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that him?
Yeah. And he's the one from that one High Spots video with it's Kingston, him, and Ethan Page. And he goes,
yeah.
He's only saying that because he wants you to pronounce it so he doesn't pronounce it wrong first. And then AK goes, you know me way too well.
I saw Ricky Starks and Darby Allin are apparently draws according to people because they brought in 1 million. They got 1 million viewers during the opening stuff. Good. That was a good match. Ricky Starks looked like he was about to cough up a lung or something at the end of it.
I didn't watch it just because when something on Dynamite is just a good match or like an alright match, I'm just like, I mean, I know it's just going to be good. I don't really care. Like, I know I'd probably enjoy it if I sat down and watched it, but it's like, I'm not like, oh my God, I have to watch this.
Well, next week is 30 years of Chris Jericho.
I might actually watch Dynamite next week over NXT if NXT isn't as good as Dynamite, because Dynamite looks really good next week.
Well, I think it's gonna depend on TakeOver, you know.
Yeah, like
what do they pull out? And then there was SmackDown.
Well, hey, let's talk about Dynamite next week because the card is really good. We got, Cody, Brody, dog collar match. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. Like, oh my God, that's gonna be really, really, really good. Two of the best workers in that company.
Do you wish that they would have saved that for Full Gear though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying. That's another thing they should have saved for the pay-per-view.
I don't know. Stop thinking of Cody now. No, as in no regrets.
No, as in no looking back. TNT title, dog collar match next week. I accept. Oh yeah, you know who's gonna wrestle Brody Lee for the TNT title at Full Gear?
Reach for the sky.
Oh, okay, maybe him, but I was gonna say Orange Cassidy.
I hope not.
Because the best friend. I'm pretty sure the best friends are feuding with the Dark Order now.
Are they?
I don't know. They're having a couple matches. That usually to me. If you have a couple matches, I'm like, all right, you're in an
I assume that best friends are going to start feuding with FTR.
I don't know what FTR is going to do.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they're going to start feuding with FTR because FTR snubbed them in that promo.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So I think we're either going to get that on a Dynamite or... they're probably going to save that for Full Gear because next week, another match I'm really hyped for next week on Dynamite, FTR versus Angelico and Jack Evans. I don't remember their tag name.
Was it TH2?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. TH2. I'm really excited for that match. Angelico.
Oh, isn't Brian Cage working Will Hobbs for the FTW?
That's another match, but Jack Evans and Angelico, really underutilized tag team. They are really, really, really good. And I wish they could go somewhere else where they get used better because I can understand why they don't get used that well because they have AEW have like 12 or 15 other tag teams. But
yeah,
dude, don't sign the people if you're not going to use them.
Isn't Luther and Serpentico? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Serpentico?
Snake Man.
Yeah, they're wrestling Hager and Jericho.
I don't care about that match.
Yeah, you know why that match is on. Jericho's like, bro, give me Luther. Yeah. This is my show. Give me Luther.
You heard Luther's voice?
Yeah,
his voice is funny. They say that people are born evil.
I hope that's his real voice.
I would assume that's his real voice. I don't know why you'd put on that unintimidating voice.
True. My favorite Dark promo is Kingston. I am so sick and tired of Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss.
Oh, Drew, I know you love Jelly Nutella's part of that promo.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about Jelly Nutella's promo. saying just like Sonny's ass, we always bounce back. What the
I know
fuck?
you popped hard for that line.
No, I looked down at my phone and I went, what the hell? What is this shit? What is this? And Sonny Kiss was sitting there smiling like they fucking did a good deed or something.
Man, when I heard him go, I am so sick and tired of Joey Janela, I'm like, oh shit, Kingston Janela? I'm down for that.
Oh, man. Oh, they're shooting, and then he said, you guys are talented. And I was like, well, kayfabe.
Joey Janela versus Eddie Kingston. Look, we call him Jelly Nutella, and we hate on him. But look, I think Joey Janela is actually a good wrestler. I think he puts on good matches. I just don't think he should get a push, is all. Especially in a major company like AEW.
I just think that's stupid shit. Because I'm telling you, man, that inflatable doll thing. Oh, and there's another thing we're not going to talk about, but that. Yeah, you thought I was going to just beat around the bush with it? All right, for real, Joey Janela's all right. I get it. He's all right. I don't know.
He puts on good matches. Him and Mox last year at what was that, Fyter Fest? That match was really, really good.
Yeah. He did another thing that was pretty good. It's just
him and Serpentico on the All Out buy-in was actually
that was
a good match. I'm like, damn, I want to see more of that.
Tune in the door. Well, then there's SmackDown. SmackDown was an alright show. Although SmackDown's just okay, usually.
Yeah. AJ Styles called Jey Uso a little runt.
This little
runt?
I told Nick, right when he sent that, I was like, man, that's such an AJ thing to say. But I never thought I'd think that Jey Uso would beat AJ Styles clean in anything.
Yeah.
What has my life come to?
I'd be mad if Jey Uso wasn't very fucking talented. Jey Uso's really good.
Actually,
it sucks that the Usos are like stuck together as a tag team for like the rest of their careers. Because Jay, at least, as we've seen, really good as a singles. You know?
You think Jimmy's going to be slowed down? Because certain guys, when they tear their ACL, it slows them down.
Well, he's probably going to change his ring style, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at Hell in a Cell, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso too, which is alright, whatever.
Did they confirm that is in a Hell in a Cell match? Because Michael Cole was like kind of insinuating that's in a Hell in a Cell match, or maybe he was just confused.
I don't think so, because I'm almost positive the SmackDown Hell in a Cell match is going to be Sasha and Bayley.
Well, they might do three. They usually do like three.
Oh, okay, then yeah, then Roman and Jay is probably the third one.
And Roman did say it's going to be in the highest stakes possible, which I don't know what the hell that's going to be.
Bro, they're having another ladder match. What are you talking? Yeah, all in all, pretty good week with wrestling. Pretty solid.
Yeah, I really enjoyed wrestling this week.
Well, then there's TakeOver 31, which, man, what a card! What a card!
Yeah,
takeovers usually have good cards, but this is the third straight takeover.
No NXT
with no tag team.
Yeah, no NXT title and no NXT tag team match.
Titles. This is starting to bother me, Nick.
Yeah, well, I think that we were supposed to get a tag title match, but Bobby Fish's injury, because we were supposed to get. So I'm assuming the thing was.
Oh yeah, Roddy and Fish were gonna beat Lorcan and Burge. Yeah.
I'm assuming that they did the weird ass one member from each team thing a couple weeks ago on NXT because they couldn't have Bobby Fish work that week, and they thought, oh, maybe it's just this week. Maybe he'll be good. But now they know it's more serious than that, so they just completely scrapped it, you know?
That's why I think that I don't know what's going to happen with the now. Now Roddy's just going to job now. There's no tag title match for that motherfucker.
And if Fish is out for a while, that could completely ruin the Undisputed Era storyline because it was seeming pretty obvious it was going to be Fish and Roddy as the heels, and Cole and Kyle turning babyface.
Yeah, unless they quote unquote swerve us in Adam Cole turns tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking they might do that since, because usually when someone like does what Adam Cole is doing, like you don't talk about Kyle O'Reilly like that, and just like completely putting Kyle over so much. Usually when someone does that in wrestling, it's to set up them turning on that person,
Yeah, like MJF and Cody last year.
But I'm like, I don't really want to see that. Like, I want to see babyface Adam Cole.
You know what I want to see? Well, if Bobby Fischer's hurt, let me get Roddy and Cole as a tag team.
Yeah, I'm assuming we said this last week. They could just do Cole and Roddy, but I guess they don't want to use Cole for that. Jeff Bear, I guess. But the NXT tag title is just a joke right now. They're an absolute joke.
Yeah, it sucks.
It really does suck because the NXT tag titles, like 2016 to like.
They were usually match of the night, like every takeover.
2016 to like the end of 2018, the NXT tag titles were like one of the best things in NXT.
Yeah, we're blaming the War Raiders, right? Fuck those.
I blame it on the I don't know how to word this. I blame it on them using the Undisputed Era for way too long and having them on the air for way too long. Because it got really, really, really old by the time it was super old by the time Roddy and Kyle dropped them. And then the War Raiders had a super disappointing run, and then after the War Raiders left, which was like super sudden.
No, the Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits had a really underwhelming run. The ladder match where they won them was good, but it's just like,
oh yeah,
this is what we're working with at this point, because it was like, it was Street Profits, and it was the Street Profits who everyone wanted to win the tag titles, and then it was Undisputed Era, who, like I said, just felt really super old, still going after the tag titles. I personally didn't want to see them in the tag title picture at all anymore at that point. And then you got the Forgotten Sons, who had just started, like, not even like a few months ago, just finally started getting TV time. They hadn't been.
And then Lorcan and Birch were.
Yeah, Lorcan and Birch, who hadn't been used that much at all. Then Street Profits and UE was actually really good at TakeOver Toronto.
Thinking about it, the Forgotten Sons, I think they are really like, there are certain talents that just don't really thrive in NXT but work on the main roster. I think the Forgotten Sons could be something like that.
Yeah, and to me, the biggest example of that is Elias.
Oh yeah,
like Elias wasn't even over with the fans in NXT. Or wasn't that over. As over as he was when he got to the main roster.
I think that, what's another one? Elias.
Alexa
Bliss.
I thought No Way Jose would be like that.
Yeah, I could see that. But, that motherfucker's looking like an emo now. Oh, that dude needs to get his afro back.
Where's he? What's he doing? Isn't he like working in like Puerto Rico right now or something?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, who cares?
All I remember is Jake something said, "No way, Jose," and Tom Jr. went, no, we didn't say that. Well, let's get into these predictions, Nick. Let's start off with the match that I pray to God is out of the way and opens the show. Velveteen Dream versus the Kushida.
Kushida.
Yeah, I'm going with my heart. I'm going Kushida because Velveteen Dream keeps looking at me funny. And then we got the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match. Santos Escobar defends against Isaiah Swerve Scott. I'm going Isaiah Swerve Scott. I pray
that Scott wins this. I am not a Santos Escobar fan at all.
Do you think they're going to move Santos Escobar up the card?
I hope they just don't do anything with him after he drops the belt.
Probably going 205 Live.
Well, I was starting to like. What was his name under the mask?
El Hijo del Fantasma.
El Hijo del Fantasma. I really liked. There's some people that just don't work as a heel. He did not need a heel turn. Like, what the fuck was wrong with having him as a baby face?
At the end of the Drake Maverick feud was literally Drake Maverick getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That was just kind of embarrassing for Maverick.
What? Now he's, I guess, doing something. No, he's not, because that thing's done.
Is it, though?
I don't know. Maybe when Dane comes back, because my guess is Dane has to quarantine too, since you know how.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not going to be that long.
Well, yeah, and then Maverick, and they'll start that back up. I think that's just a way to get to use those two, which
to use those two, and to get another tag team in the division.
I honestly, it's a weird duo, but
I feel like they're just going to try and make them another Broserweight situation.
Except they're not as over as the
Broserweights. Not as good as the Broserweights.
Man, nothing will be as good as the Broserweights. They're the reason why Moose and Goose exist.
Oh, speaking of Moose and Goose, everyone go check out the new episode of Moose and Goose Adventures, episode 9 of season 2. Everyone go check it out on Wrestling Amino.
It's literally every slam. It's literally all the Slammiversary results because the Motor City Machine Guns didn't show up. If you've been watching the show.
Go check it out, Wrestling Amino, on Rabid's account. Rabid, a.k.a. Drew.
Yeah.
Rabid. Rabid. And then, period.
Yeah. But then there's the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai defends against Candice LeRae. Io Shirai.
A rematch of one of the best women's matches in NXT history. Candice.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, you're right. See, I forgot that match happened. What am I doing?
How? How could you forget about that match?
Because, I had went on that Stephen A. Smith rant that night. I went into that night being like, man, that's gonna be the greatest night.
I thought Roddy was gonna win that too.
I was like, yes, let's go. Here we go, Lee. Here we go, boys. And then the Street Profits won, and I went, oh shit.
Moose is looking at me right now. I love that, brother. I don't want to talk to you right now.
I don't want to talk to you today. I'm ticked off.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Oh, what the hell was that?
And then when you were complaining, we were all like, I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care. We don't care.
Well, Nick win the NXT North American title. Damian Priest beats the fuck out of Johnny Gargano.
At least my boy's on the show. Because he doesn't team with some old-ass man.
Yeah, man. Next time Bobby Fish gets injured, I'm going to call him an old man. That'll show him.
When he gets injured like 2 weeks after he comes back. That ain't right.
You old motherfucker. Try and stay healthy.
You're affecting Roddy.
You are the reason my favorite wrestler is not on this fucking show. He is the reason I don't even watch Dynamite. Just for the possibility to see Roderick Strong. Speaking of, Roderick Strong's cameo account got taken down. Of course it did. We're not going to get into that on the show. You know why? Wasted my time.
Wait, we're not going to get into what?
How WWE's like taking over fucking Twitch accounts.
I'm here to tell you right now.
I don't give a shit.
We don't care.
We don't care. I've seen people complain. I'm just sitting here.
Look, I don't care about that aspect of wrestling. Like
okay.
I don't care. You know, people are like, oh, WWE, you're bad. Fuck you, WWE. WWE is dictatorship. I'm like, yeah, I agree, but I don't care. I don't care enough to complain about that. Like, I watch wrestling to care about the wrestling, and that's it. I don't give a shit how the company is, how the people behind the scenes are.
I'm never going to hate the WWE. We're just going to go with it.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me
I've
too.
seen a lot of people. I'm never going to...
Because WWE's been... Like, that's my life right there.
I'll call the WWE on their shit.
I'm never going to hate on the WWE. Like, I'm never going to fully hate the WWE because the WWE is my life. It has been my life. I don't know where I would be without that company.
Exactly.
And everyone's like... people are going to say, oh, but there's other wrestling... Yeah, but other what other wrestling company has ever been bigger than WWE except for WCW for 83 weeks?
Nothing.
Yeah, like the 2000s when I was growing up, you think I would have fucking gotten into wrestling if TNA was the only company around? No offense to TNA, because I love TNA, especially old TNA from around that time, but little 6-year-old me isn't going to care as much about old-ass man Sting as I did about John Cena, you know?
Exactly, and WWE was hot at that time. I've seen people say they got out of WWE at that time, and I was like, man, I feel bad for you.
Man, you missed out on the Mexicals, you poor son of a bitch.
Yeah, man, you missed out on Simon Dean. You know what else you missed out on?
Stevie Richards versus Tomko at Unforgiven.
You also missed out on Kerwin White. I mean, if you miss out on that, you're missing something in your life.
Wait a second, have you ever watched Stevie Richards versus Tomko from Unforgiven?
Is that 05? Yeah. No, actually, I have not. I haven't watched it.
It's the most uncomfortable match I've ever watched. You should watch it.
and you've seen a Viscera match.
Stevie Richards, like, he was dressed up as like some mystery woman.
What?
Just watch it. You should just watch it.
No, you know what the most disturbing thing of wrestling I've seen? So you've seen the memes of the Real Men Don't Rape must have been a Velveteen Dream. It's the same type of thing. It goes, Real Men Don't Rape must have been and then it goes, the world's largest love machine. And it's just him fucking doing his finish to Matt Hardy, and I've never felt so uncomfortable.
Oh, I saw the one that was like, Real Men Don't Rape? Oh shit, must have been Viscera. And he's getting some height on like Rob Conway, I think it is. He's getting some height.
It's so nasty.
Like, it didn't look real.
And Rob Conway was just sitting there. He was like, I don't know what to do here.
I mean, am I going to get, like, buried if I no-sell this?
You know who probably took that on Heat? Fucking Charlie Haas.
Yeah, I think I've seen Haas take it. Him and Viscera were a tag team. Do you know that?
No, but I believe it. I made Viscera and Vito tag team champions when I first got 2007.
Wait. You see that clip of Charlie Haas, right? Where he runs down to the ring,
Yeah,
bounces off the ropes, Lillian Garcia goes flying.
Yeah. No, and you just hear her screaming. And Charlie Haas is sitting there like, oh shit, what did I do?
And when I saw that, I'm like, well, I know why Charlie Haas got buried at that time. But then I'm like, oh, wait a second. That's like around the time him and Benjamin got back together. And wait a second. Did they win the tag titles?
I don't think so.
Wow. I never realized that. They had that.
You mean around 06, right? Yeah, I don't think
it was like 06. It was like late 06 to 07.
Anyone who has seen this and knows, if I'm wrong, please tell me about this. Were the world's greatest world tag team champions 2006? But Nick, we have.
I know they had that awesome tag team title ladder match with the Hardys at One Night Stand.
Yeah, with the Hardys. You told me I need to watch that. In the same show where fucking Chris Benoit's fucking lumberjack. This isn't fucking wrestling. But Nick, there's one more match we got to predict here: Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh wait, by the way, Io Shirai is my pick for the women's title match, and Johnny Gargano is my pick for the North American title match. Even though I know he's not going to win, but I can't not.
It worked for you with Sami Zayn, so it might work against Damian Priest. Damian Priest.
Gargano.
I've got Damian Priest. I'm going to go Finn Balor for the NXT title.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm just excited to watch the match. And then there's actually, let's talk about this, Nick. There are new pre-orders up on Ringside Collectibles if you guys are interested. WrestlingFigures.com. You can go ahead and get your pre-orders in for Elite 82, which consists of, if I'm correct, Finn Balor, Keith Lee, John Morrison, Jerry the King Lawler, Alexa Bliss, and what's the other one?
Big Gronk.
And then there's...
What time is it? It's party time. No, wait, that wasn't this one.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Gronk. Oh, shit. Nick, you can get that figure?
You know what? Now, I might get hate.
No.
I might get hate for this, but I think it's a cool looking figure. Now, listen. I wouldn't. It's not like, oh, man, I got to pre-order this. Or, oh, man, got to put this on my Christmas list. Or, man, I can't wait to get that figure. But, hey, it's a cool figure. I'm not going to hate on it that much. Should it be in the regular main elite line? No. Neither should the Jerry Lawler. But at least that has a place. At least that's more acceptable.
I've put Keith Lee and Finn Balor on my Christmas list. If it was it's the reason why I put Balor. It's gonna be a Prince Balor.
Updated Balor. Yeah, did they announce that?
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
I was shocked. I was just expecting to put Keith Lee on.
I don't understand why they didn't show that at Comic-Con or say something or show a render of that. Because everyone was really excited to see that.
They're probably going to show a render of it for if they do Ringside Fest, which I think they will, which possible episode we might do Ringside Fest reveals.
It's probably just going to be what Comic-Con was.
Yeah. Also, they're the WrestleMania 37 Heritage Elites, which is if I'm correct, a WrestleMania 9 Shawn Michaels.
Hey, wait, for Elite 82, I plan on getting Keith, Balor, and Jomo. Keith, because it's Keith Lee. Obviously, I gotta get that. I gotta see what the other one is because he's the Chase variant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I really like the silver and pink attire.
Pink and silver. Me too.
I hope that's the. Actually, I don't know. I gotta see what the other tire is. But gotta get that figure. Gotta get updated Balor because I love Balor. And I try to get as many Balors as I can. And gotta get Jomo because he's gonna have the updated torso and shit. I'm really excited about.
I think I might get Morrison, but I want Keith Lee and the Finn Balor more for some reason.
To be honest, I'm not I'm not gonna be super desperate for Keith just because I already got the basic. Even though the Elite's obviously going to be 1,000 times better.
Right. Yeah. But then there's the WrestleMania 37 Heritage Elites. Was I correct? It's WrestleMania 9 Michaels.
WrestleMania 9 Michaels, WrestleMania 17 China, WrestleMania 30.
Yeah. WrestleMania 22
WrestleMania 22 Edge, and then WrestleMania 36 Goldberg.
I right now have no plans on getting any of these.
I want to get Goldberg just because I don't have a Goldberg. If I do get it, I'm going to do a head swap on it with this aggression figure, make it like with this aggression Goldberg.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'd probably make the heads interchangeable. But the main reason I'd get this figure if I do get it is just to get the updated Universal title. Which usually I'm not one of these people that gets a figure just for a title, but I really want the updated Universal title for some reason.
Then there's the basic top series figures if you're interested in those. It's what is it, John Cena?
Don't ask me.
I don't know.
I think really Braun's in it. I don't care.
But you guys can go check that out on Ringside Collectibles. We have some good stuff planned for you guys if you are wondering what we have coming up soon. And I promise you it's big. Big to us, at least. We're very excited. I hope you are as well.
Let me get the mic. Get the microphone in real close so people at home can hear. Very excited.
Yeah, I think that might be everything for this week.
It just might be. Is there anything else? Anything else you can think of that we did not talk about? All right.
Well, yeah, I think that's everything. Well, everyone, thank you for listening.
Next week, we will just say this. Next week, we have a very special interview with somebody. We're having a special guest or something. We're going to have an interview with a very special guest. Short little interview with someone. You have to wait until next week to find out who that is. The week after that, possibly a full entire episode with a very special guest, at least very special to me and Drew.
Oh my boy!
Oh God, I'm so excited. I'm like, so excited.
I'm freaking out.
Like I'm gonna be legitimately starstruck, and I'm not even joking.
He's awesome.
He's inspired. I'll just say this: he's the person that inspired Moose and Goose. Leave you people with that.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, other than that, next week, wrestling for next week, takeover reactions and thoughts, and anything else?
No, I think that's gonna do it.
Is there anything next weekend?
Pay-per-view wise, I don't think so.
Good, I need a break from pay-per-views.
Well, Nick, to get back into the basketball scheme of things, Lakers are up 2-0 against the
as
Heat
expected.
In the finals. and they play tomorrow night at 7:30, which I will not be watching because Takeover. Overall.
Takeover starts at 7, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And my guess is they might reveal a pre-show match.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't think so. But either way, that's fine. Thank you all for listening. These next couple weeks are going to be pretty big. And yeah, thank you for listening. To follow us on Instagram, it's at Miscellaneous Discussions, all lowercase. For Nick, say yours. Plug yourself.
You can find me on Instagram at Gargano_is_God. That's the only social media I really care about.
And you can find me on Instagram at vanilla_midget for real. And yeah, thank you for listening.
You're not gonna plug your other account?
Oh yeah, at Little Boots Guy Productions. That's my figure account. Thank you. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. So all I gotta say, Nick, you got anything else?
Bye.